Volume and capacity. What is the difference between these two? Volume, we're looking at 3D shapes. So this is a 3D shape, and this shape takes up some space in our area. So the volume is how much space does this thing take up. So what is the space that this takes up in 3 dimensions? We measure volume in the following. In cubic meters square, so in cubic meters square, in meters square, cube, in centimeters cube, or in millimeters cube. So that's what you do with volume. Okay, that is what we do with volume. Capacity, on the other hand, is if I take the same object and it's how much gas does it hold inside, or how much water, how many milliliters of water does it take before this thing is full. So how much, what's the capacity? And that capacity therefore is measured in milliliters or in, just need a color to write in. So capacity is measured in either megaliters, in kiloliters, in liters, or in milliliters. So that is what capacity is measured in. So that's the difference between the two. Volume is how much space does it take up. Capacity, how much gas or liquid, how many milliliters. And that's the only two measurements. So what we're going to do is we're always going to calculate the volume first. Once we have the volume, we're going to change volume into capacity. You can't just get capacity straight away, and I'll explain to you how to do that. First thing, however, is we need to know how to change volume. Now, when we started off, we said the following, and I'm going to quickly take you back to where this all have started. If I have 1 centimeter, and just imagine that this is just in one direction, okay? It's not 2 directions, it is just 1 centimeter. If I have 10 of these, I will then have 10 centimeters, looking like that. Which means, if I go from centimeters to millimeters, I will multiply by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, because 1 centimeter will give us 10 millimeters. There's 10 millimeters in there. If I have 100 of this, 100 of these will give me 1 meter. So if I go from meters to centimeters, in 1 meter I will have 1,000 centimeters. So it means that if I go in this direction, I will multiply, and if I go in this direction, I will divide. Okay, but let's say we have another 10 and we want to now find out what is the area. So I'll, to make a square, because it's in square units, I'll have to take 10 of these, because there's 10 altogether. Okay, so if I have 10, which means there's 10 rows and 10 columns, I have 1 square unit. Okay, and if this was millimeters, there's 10 millimeters by 10 millimeters. This will give us this is 10 millimeters, this is 10 millimeters, which means 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. That will give us a square area of 1 square centimeter. What happened then was, we said, if I'm going from square to square to square to square, then this is 10 squared, 100 squared, 1,000 squared. Because there's 10 and 10, so altogether there's 100 square, so 1 square centimeter is 100 square millimeters. If I have now a third dimension, which means it's starting to come up, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to add to this, and I'm just going to change it so you can actually see it. We're going to have this, and I'll have to go up how high? I'll have to go up 10 high, which means I've got now 1, 2, 3 dimensions, which started off as 1 millimeter, is now 10 millimeters by 10 millimeters by 10 millimeters to give us 1 cubic centimeter, because that's 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. It gives us 1 cubic centimeter. But in this 1 cubic centimeter, there will be, remember on the first layer there was 100. So on the first layer is 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, there's 1,000. So how do I convert then from cubic millimeters to cubic centimeters? And to do that, we're going to go back to our formula over here, and we're going to say, okay, if I have cubic meters, cubic, then everything here needs to be cubed as well. So if I'm going to go from kilometers cubed to meters cubed, I'm going to multiply by 100 cubed. From meters cubed to centimeter cubed, I'm going to multiply by 100 cubed. From centimeter cubed to millimeter cubed, I'm going to times by 10 cubed, etc., etc. I'm going to stop here. The next video will be about changing volume to capacity.